All right, let's talk about these guys here, the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 Pros. I did an unboxing video when I first got them, and I've been using them pretty much every day since. And boy, do I have some thoughts about these things. If you remember, if you saw that unboxing, my first impression was pretty good. I said in that video that I felt like the audio was really, really solid. I was really impressed with the fact that I could hear little details in the music that most earbuds tend to make too mushy or not detailed enough, and you just lose them. But I did also say they didn't have that thing that made them really stand out to me. They were just really rock solid, but the sound profile was just a little boring. Very detailed, a little on the boring side. However, since then I've dug deeper into the settings and I have found some things I want to point out to you guys, because at this point I find it pretty safe to say these are one of the best, maybe the best set of earbuds I have ever had the great fortune of using. And before we jump into some of this, let's just look at them very quickly. This is on Best Buy, just so you know what we're dealing with here. They are not cheap. They're $229. I do have the graphite color here, but you can get them in this lavender purple as well as in a white color. This is taking forever to load, but anyways, there's the lavender purple, and white looks like white. If we look here at the overhead camera, I'll kind of show you what they look like. The case kind of has this like nice kind of soft grippy material, which will scuff, as you can see there, maybe, but you can kind of rub the scuff back off, and I think that that's a really nice texture overall. USB-C charging, wireless charging is also supported. The buds themselves, this is what it would look like inside. It's a very premium look, and the buds have that same texture. They are very, very small. A little bit of oil there from being worn. Gross. We're going to keep moving. But this is what they look like. They're pretty low profile. They are quite small, and magnetically they just sort of drop into the case there, albeit at a little bit of a weird angle. But the magnets are strong enough that they will find their way home. LED in there, LED out there. Both of these will tell you kind of what the deal is with them as you are charging them, or you know, what have you. So at this point, let's actually jump into some of the settings here that I want to point out, and we'll talk that through quickly. So of course, I've been using mine with the Galaxy Z Fold 4. I got them in sort of a bundle with them and paid next to nothing for them. And you'll find out whenever you first pair them, they're going to pop up on screen, and they've got this really nice, beautiful pairing process. And from there, you're going to be using the Samsung wearable app. So let's click on that there. I've been looking at my watch settings most recently, so we'll go back and we'll go into the Buds 2 Pros, and let's open them up so that we can actually get all of our settings here going. And in these settings, which I did look at a little bit already, but we're going to go over them again, there's a lot of really, really good stuff here. So first off, you can control your ANC right there. I've actually got that ANC control on my Watch 5 Pro as well, and that is really, really useful to have. I'm not having to fiddle with gestures or taps and things. I can just swipe over, boom, there it is, I'm done. Fantastic. Let's talk about that ANC. It is really, really good. In my unboxing, I tested it with an air conditioner. Now, since then, I've tested it in some stores, as well as mowing the grass with a push mower. It is extremely effective. All right, like, it is going to block out a lot of stuff. It's better than the Sound Peats I've had. It's better than the Sound Cores I've had. It's probably better than anything I've had, if I'm being honest. Now, I've used the Ambient Sound, the pass-through, a little bit less, but it's still very, very good. If anything, it almost feels like I'm louder with them in than with them out. Like, it's like I have super hearing. It's a little bit over the top, but it works really, really well. The voice detect feature is very, very cool. So what it's going to do, you're listening to music, whatever it is, they hear you start talking, they're going to turn down the volume and turn on ambient mode so that you can speak with someone without having to pause your music or lose your plays or anything like that. I tried that for a while, wound up turning it off because I tend to, you know, maybe I was mowing the yard and I'll, you know, a catchy part of the song hit, so I hummed along to it. Well, then suddenly I hummed for a moment, and then now I'm switched to ambient mode, and the lawnmower is just blaring into my ears, and it startled me a couple of times, and I was like, whoa, I can't stop myself from doing this, so I'm turning this off. Some people may find this really useful. I'm not one of them. 360 audio is a little bit weird, not really useful to me, but basically what it seemed to be doing, I guess maybe there's certain content that takes advantage of this, but with just music, I'm listening to music, and as I look around, the music sounds like it's staying still and not tracking with my head. So like if I turn my head, it's louder in my left ear now. Weird. Not sure what the point of this is, but not something I was going to do. You can customize which taps are being used. You can turn off a single tap, a double tap, whatever, and you can actually go in, and I wish you could set this to Google Assistant, but you can't. That's kind of what your options are for tap and hold. And you can see some of these other options here. I will say that tapping is very, very accurate. And something else you might want to turn on is actually, if we jump ahead here in Earbud Settings and then Labs, the double tap on the edge. It's sensitive enough to know when you're tapping on the middle of the bud versus tapping on the edge, and you can actually control your volume by edge tapping. That is very, very cool. I do really like that they've got the Find My Earbuds feature, because I can find my phone, I can find my keys, I can find my earbuds. It's a very Apple feature, and it works really, really well. If we jump into the earbud settings, there's a lot here. So this is the first thing. I went in and I changed this to dynamic. There is an equalizer. I wish I could go in and really set it where I wanted it to be, but dynamic made it that bit punchier that I was looking for. So I went through these and I put on a song and I went down. When I got the dynamic, I said, that's the one. It's the closest. I still wish I could dial it in myself. But that little change there took me from being, yes, they're very detailed, very accurate, and they sound good, but they're missing that spice. They're missing that extra little bit, to me being like, oh man, these are the earbuds that are going to stay on my pockets for the foreseeable future. They sound absolutely incredible. Now, your mileage may vary. Find your own preset. That's the one that I like. That's the one I'm going with. Good to have there. There's an earbud fit test. You can have it read your notifications aloud when they come in. That's pretty useful as well. Ambient sound during calls. There are so many features on these earbuds. That is a great one. How irritating is it for me when I have earbuds in? Because when I take phone calls, I don't hold my phone to my ear. I just don't like doing that. I don't like it. So I put in earbuds, or I do speakerphone. So with the earbuds in though, it's like talking with your thumbs in your ears. You can't hear yourself. So this turns on ambient mode. Problem solved. It's really, really good. This is probably as good a time as any to insert a recording of what the audio actually sounds like from the microphones in these things. So what you're hearing now has been filmed, recorded audio-wise by the Buds 2 Pro. Let me know what you think about how they sound down below. In-ear detection for calls. How smart is this? You take out your earbuds and the phone call is going to switch to your phone. It knows your earbuds aren't in. So I've had this happen before. I've gotten a phone call and I've answered it, and my earbuds are accidentally open somewhere and the audio is coming out of my buds, but they're not even in my ears. That won't happen on these earbuds. Fantastic. This is something I wish was better because it only works with Samsung devices. You get a Samsung phone, Samsung TV, Samsung tablet, you can multi-point. If you don't, you can't multi-point. So I don't really actually use this, and I can turn that off because I'm just not going to use it. Neck stretch reminders. It's going to tell if you're looking down too much. It'll tell you, hey buddy, stretch your neck out. I have that turned off, but again, so many features. Back into labs, gaming mode can reduce the latency, because if you know anything about earbuds wirelessly and gaming, you shoot your gun in the game and you see the gun and then you hear it a beat later. Well, the latency is very, very good, in particular with gaming mode on. There's effectively no latency at all. Sounds really, really good, very, very quick, really, really solid earbuds for that. And then of course there's a few other things like the ability to do a software update on them, so forth and so on. But in terms of the app, that is pretty much about it. Let's put these guys in just in case you've not seen them in someone's ears before. And I also want to talk about kind of the fit in general. Let's turn on ambient sound so I can hear myself talking while I'm talking to you. This is what they look like when they're in. They are pretty low profile. They are quite small and they are very lightweight. I want to tell you something. I have on 2 different occasions, I mow my mom's yard for her. I mow my own yard for me. And, I'm going up and down hills. I live in Tennessee. It's hilly here. We don't have flat grounds here. Everything's hills. I'm pushing a mower up and down hills and stuff. I'm sweating and they're not moving. These things have nothing additional to hold them in. I really liked the Pixel Buds. They got these little doohickeys on the sides to hold them in. Nothing of the sort here, but they're not falling out, guys. They're staying in place extremely well. And that was also something that was very impressive to me. So overall, Galaxy Buds 2 Pros, man, oh man, they are really, really good. They're $230. I don't know if any earbuds are worth $230, but if you want the best sounding earbuds, the most features I've ever seen on a set of earbuds that are all like really useful features, like Sony packs in a lot of features, but half of them I'm like, I don't have any need for this. This is just weird. you really are going to have a hard time beating these earbuds. The link will be in the description to Best Buy and Samsung should you want to purchase them at either one of those places. That will help the channel out a lot if you do choose to do so. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.